Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Loudermilk Homestead how-to videos. Today I'm going to give you another garage slash barn update. This is the second update. A lot has happened really quick, and we'll go take a look here. So we got a little bit of a mess, but we actually have our forms ready and a rebar in place. And just this morning, we passed all our pre-pour inspections. These exterior beams are 4 feet deep, 4 feet to the top of the concrete, with 1/2 inch number 4 rebar, with 2 feet by 2 foot square grid, I guess. Very excited about this. Concrete company that I reached out to, they, I noticed on the Weather Channel, or not the Weather Channel, but weather.com, they were saying we had about 10 days of good weather with no rain. So I reached out to the concrete company, and I was like, I know I'm not your only customer, but we got some dry weather, and I just kind of wanted to see where I was on the schedule. And they surprised me. They were like, we're going to send a guy tomorrow to take a look, do a site survey, make sure all the trucks can get in on that gate down there, and we'll go look at that here in a second. And if access is good, we're going to be there on Monday. So they showed up 7:20 a.m. in the morning yesterday, and they worked their butts off for 10 or 12 hours, and this is what they got done. So, and it's exactly as depicted in the design that the structural engineer firm come up with. I'm very excited about that. And we even got our conduit in place here. Everything's good. What I like about this, as you can see, it's going to be a very strong design. That little ditch line right there is an interior beam, so the concrete will be, about 12 inches thick right there. As you can tell, this thing, everybody that's seen it says that this thing will be here forever. Like, it's not going anywhere. It is built to last forever, a lifetime and more. We also got that tree cut down, and down there is the wood. I'll put in some pictures of that tree, but it was huge. They come in, I figure they just chop it down and cut it up and haul it down there, but they actually brought a boom lift and got up in the top and actually cut it from the top down, and did a really good job. We'll walk over here to the road. Now, tomorrow, they're going to come and add cement, and that will be a part of this video as well. So you'll get to see the finished product in this video. And this area right here with the gravel is going to be that lean-to for the equipment shed side of the thing, and that gravel will get smoothed out and brought up flush with the edge of the concrete once the forms come off. So I've been busy. We'll walk over here. Now down here at this gate, the gate was 12 feet. It was a little narrow, but so I knew I needed to widen it. And it was also real soft. Water like to collect there, and there was a lot of mud. We almost got a 20-ton dump truck stuck here when I had him bring in a load of fill dirt. So what I did is I dug all that mud out, dug basically 4 inches down where it was soft. Now this that I'm on is compacted clay, and it's not soft at all. Like you can see, we've had 72 tons of number 57 stone brought in on this road, and it didn't sink in any. So I knew if I could just shore this up, that'd be good. So what I did, I took my tractor, I dug 4 inches down, excavated the dirt, and then I put this it's called geocell, and it's, you know, it was invented by DuPont, but a lot of companies make it now. And essentially, each of those, you know, it's 4 inches thick, and you lay that down and stake it in, and you fill it with gravel, and it increases the load bearing capability of the ground it's on. So by doing that, you know, it allowed those huge trucks, and it's going to allow the concrete trucks, which are very, very heavy, to come in here without sinking in. So that had to be done, and as mentioned, I widened the gate by pulling a couple fence posts here. I took the gate completely off, and I just pinned, you know, attached this fence here, so it's out of everybody's way. And now they've got like a 20-some foot entrance, making it a lot easier for them to get in. Now, it's been a little disruptive, but the contractor was fantastic. They had like 12 guys here, and they were all busy, and they were very considerate. I mean, it was loud, and my wife's trying to work from home. I'm working from home, and they even did all their cutting over here behind the equipment shed, to kind of shield some of the noise from the house. They asked me where to park, which was nice. You know, I'm just very, very thrilled with them, because it could have been a lot more stressful than it was. But essentially, this is what we got, and it's ready to pour. And the good news, you know, I don't think I've mentioned this yet. The inspector come out. We used a third-party inspector, mainly because, you know, I didn't want them to have to wait on an inspection from the county. So we got a third-party inspector here from an engineering firm in Nokesville. He come out, inspected it this morning, and passed it. And we passed 4 inspections that are considered pre-pour inspections. One was the footing inspection, which examines their trenches. The other one was the rebar and slab pre-pour inspection for a garage/barn. And then the county's automated system assigned another inspection called slab on grade basement. So we passed that one. And lastly, the conduit over there, where we roughed it in. I don't know if you can see from this distance, but there was a conduit plumbing / something else inspection, and we passed that as well. So since we passed all that, we should be clear for concrete in the next day or two. I'm not really sure what their plans are, but I would expect them to be here tomorrow or Thursday to finish off the concrete pad. One thing to note, it looks a lot smaller now than it did when it was just flat dirt. And you've probably noticed already, but you know, I'll sprinkle in some pictures of the process. I did want to do a time lapse of them putting all this in. The only problem was, you know, I didn't talk to the guys beforehand about it, and I had some reservations about putting a camera up on top of the outbuilding or the equipment shed or even the house, and them feeling like they were being watched with a camera. You know, like, you know, and a lot of them didn't speak English at all. You know, they had one like site guy. You know, I guess he'd be, I don't know, like a site lead. He spoke pretty good English, not the best, not fluent, but he spoke pretty good English, and he's the guy I talked to yesterday while they were doing this. The site foreman spoke, or not the site foreman, but the foreman, he manages, I guess, project manager. He manages multiple projects. He come out yesterday morning, made sure the guys were squared away and rolling. And then he went to other jobs and checked on them. So very organized. The company we chose, MF Concrete out of Manassas, like I said, they were the lowest bidder on this job, but they've done a fantastic job of making me feel like I was their only customer. Like if I call them, they answer the phone. If I email, I get a response within 15 minutes. They're just fantastic. And you know, they had great Google reviews, and as mentioned in my previous video, they did not ask for a single penny up front. Like all the money is due upon job completion, and that gives me a lot of confidence in them, because if it's not right, I'm not paying. Well, I guess I'd have to pay, but I could definitely, I've got some leverage, you know, to make sure things are done right. But the inspector come out, he was impressed with, you know, the design, and gave me a lot of confidence, you know, basically by saying, this thing's not going anywhere. Like, you know, 100 years from now, somebody on Google Earth, not us obviously, could come, you know, look at this site and this will still be here. The barn that we're going to put on it probably won't be, but the concrete will be here. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this segment, but I will pick it back up, you know, when they start laying concrete. And they'll be, you know, the last piece of this update. So by the end of this video, you know, the concrete will be poured, and you know, and then we'll move on to demoing that outbuilding right there and doing some rough landscaping. There's no sense in doing a whole lot of landscaping yet, because when they come to build the building, they're going to have a telescopic crane and trucks and trailers, and they're going to just jack it all up again. But anyway, with that said, that's it for now. Peace out. So this is our first concrete truck, you know, that arrived on site. I had estimated it would be about 6 trucks. It ended up being 7. 70 cubic yards of concrete, you know, for this job, which is, you know, a tremendous amount of concrete. But so we had concrete trucks coming in here all day. There was a couple times where we had, you know, 2 concrete trucks here at a time, and you know, it was like a ballet. You know, they were coordinating stuff. They had 6 guys here, and they really worked hard. Very happy with the contractor. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the finished product. It turned out great. The guys worked all day yesterday till about midnight, but it's done, and I'm pretty sure they're not coming back today. But here's what we got. You know, I'm very, very, very happy with how it turned out. They did not use a mechanical, you know, finishing machine. You know, they actually went over this like 4 times with a hand trowel, and you know, you can kind of see the lines. They'd start over on that end, way over there, and they'd work their way back here. You know, but this is what we got. They won't be back, although, you know, their project manager will come back and kind of inspect the final job and give me some instructions. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, at the end of today or tomorrow, I'm supposed to wet this slab to help the curing process. Sorry for the wind. I'll get you a look from over here, though. It's a big old piece of concrete. And the cool thing, like these edges here, they go 4 feet down, you know, and it's 2 feet wide, and it goes down 4 feet. That's amazing. And we've got an interior beam probably about right here. That's 12 inches. It's 12 inches thick there, and 2 feet wide. But I think it turned out good. It's nice and square. I was going to show you Ada's handprints over here. They were kind enough to allow us to put Ada's handprints and stuff there. It's still nice and wet. Her handprints turned out good. Her initials, and I put the date there, but you can't really, it didn't turn out that great. Happy with the conduit. That conduit goes down 20 inches into the ground, and of course comes out there. So anyway, with that said, I was very happy. I'll put in some pictures. As I mentioned, they worked well into the night, and we had lights up. It looked like a landing pad for a spaceship last night. I'm sure the neighbors were real happy because, like I said, and I had to stay up until they finished, but they got it done. And we could probably walk on it right now, but they advised me that it'd be best to wait till tomorrow afternoon. It'll be fully cured in probably 50 or 60 days because it's mid-March here. Temperatures are ranging from 40 to 60 during the height of the day. So it's going to cure a little slower than normally. Normally it takes 28 days to cure a concrete slab. But it will be about 70-75% strength after a week, 7 days. So we're not going to do too much with it for that amount of time. Probably after a week I'll go ahead and push some of this dirt around. You can see we've got a lot of dirt, and try to do some rough landscaping, and we'll start demoing that barn maybe this weekend, or that barn, outbuilding. We'll try to get that demoed this weekend, me and Ada Jane. But it turned out good, couldn't be more pleased. And with that said, I'll put in some pictures, but and Ada captures some footage of the first concrete truck, that I'll put in there as well.